Welcome to the Family Freedom Caller, brought to you by the Texas Homeschool Coalition and the Family Freedom Project. Last time we asked the question, are parental rights under assault in Texas? We explored THSC's efforts to safeguard the future of families. Today we're taking a closer look at the third special session of the Texas Legislature and Governor Abbott's big push for universal education savings accounts. We'll also look at the dynamics between the Democratic legislators and Republican supermajorities in regard to parental educational choice. And this is shaping up to be a special session like no other, and we're here to guide you through it. The third special session of the Texas Legislature has been called into session by Governor Abbott. In a special session, only those issues the governor puts on the agenda may be addressed, and the session lasts for 30 days. The reason that our team is on the ground in the Capitol is simple. Governor Abbott has placed parental choice in education on the agenda for this special session. He is specifically calling for the passage of legislation creating education savings accounts, or ESAs. He has made it abundantly clear that he's willing to go the extra mile to make this happen. In fact, he has promised to call more than one special session if necessary to pass such legislation, and he's willing to spend as much political capital as necessary to get the job done. The governor's been very vocal and consistent that he wants a universal ESA program. That means a program that would include all children in Texas. In fact, he recently conducted a poll in 21 Texas Republican House districts to gauge support on the issue of school choice. According to the Texan News, in the 21 districts, 58% of overall voters supported school choice, including 69% of Republicans. Just 27% of all overall voters opposed the proposal, while 17% of Republicans were opposed. The poll also unveiled some insights into why Republicans were in support. According to the poll, freedom from indoctrination was found to be the much more likely and compelling reason for supporting school choice among Republicans, with almost 60% taking that position. The purpose to empower parents also showed considerable favorability at just over 56% of the Republicans polled. While this is indicative of the broad support among all demographics, it was not likely the major reason for the poll in those districts. The poll found that, quote, if Abbott endorses another candidate against the state representative or the incumbent in a Republican primary because he or she would not vote to provide school choice, the Abbott-endorsed candidate gets 57%, while the state representative opposed drops all the way to 19% in the primary. That, my friends, is a promise, or maybe I should say a threat. Governor Abbott has indicated that he is all in on this issue, and he is making it clear he's serious enough about this issue to work against Republican legislators who vote against empowering parents. This is important because Democratic legislators in the Texas House and Senate appear to be totally united in opposition to giving parents a choice in education. This means that Republicans are the last line of defense for empowering parents on this issue, because they hold nearly a supermajority in both bodies. In the Senate, we are seeing a replay of the regular session with legislation moving that will be very helpful, but it is not exactly universal ESAs. The bill that was voted out of the Senate Education Committee would be an improvement, but it's not as strong as many parents desire. That's not due to the leadership of Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, because he's been strong on this issue, but it's likely due to a couple of Republican senators, or maybe more, who were not supportive of ESAs. So here's a lesson from the past that's worth remembering. In 2021, we had a number of Republicans in the Texas Senate who voted against a bill to grant homeschool students the ability to participate in extracurricular activities in public schools. Many people saw this as a form of school choice or parental empowerment. In fact, that bill only passed into law because Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick's heroic efforts, and then only by a narrow vote of 16-14, with 4 Republican senators voting against that measure. What we learned through that process is that there are a number of Republicans in both the Texas Senate and the Texas House who oppose parental choice in education. That makes it a serious challenge to pass this measure. What we do know is that Governor Abbott and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick have signaled their unwavering commitment to make Texas the latest Republican state to fund students rather than institutions. So share this podcast with friends and subscribe to the Family Freedom Caller wherever you get your podcast. For more information about THSC, go to our website at thsc.org. And for information on the Family Freedom Project, go to familyfreedomproject.org. And thanks for helping us keep Texas families free.